Have you guys ever been wrong about the 49ers? I've been wrong a few times. Even though I do have an 85% winning percentage, which I have showed you, I have been wrong from time to time. I'll share with you what I've been wrong about. You tell me what you've been wrong about, okay? Let's do the Colin Cowherd sound effect.
Where Colin was wrong.
Steve Wilks. Okay, when we brought in this Jimmy Ray looking dude, I thought, how bad can it be? It's essentially the same roster with some big name additions. How hard can it be not to F it up? How hard could it be? Next thing I know, this dude is running zero blitz at the end of the half, all out blitz at the end of the half. He's doing this thing where they're not even disguising the blitz. They're clearly gonna blitz, while the secondary is like 15 yards off. Dude, Kirk Cousins is gonna complete that 20 out of 20 times. What are you talking about? You're not gonna bump them. You don't want to engage the receiver to mess with their timing or anything. No. So I was wrong. I thought you could find a replacement level defensive coordinator anywhere. Apparently, it's not that easy.
Where Colin was right?
I was right about shotgun. I was right about the shotgun. For decades, the 49ers refused to use shotgun. Going back to Bill Walsh, they refused to use shotgun. They always got to play under center. It was sort of like Steve Jobs. You know how Steve Jobs refused to use like a pen with the iPad? He refused to use a mouse with the iPad. When all these other companies were already doing something similar, Steve Jobs just refused. And it was the same thing with the shotgun. I was watching Jim Kelly have such a great time in the shotgun, but they're like, oh, that's run and shoot. You can't win a Super Bowl with the run and shoot. So, okay, fine. But then when I started to see Troy Aikman using the shotgun, and then freaking Tom Brady in 2001, I was like, we need to use the shotgun. And lo and behold, now we use the shotgun all the time. So I was right. Bill Walsh was wrong. I was right. There's the gardener man. Can you hear the gardener man? Just ignore him. There's a gardener in the background. Or the lawn, the leaf blower guy. The leaf blower guy's going crazy right outside.
Where Colin was wrong.
I was wrong about JJ Stokes. What did we draft him, like 10 or something? Did we like move up in the draft? I don't remember exactly, but I remember we 49er fans for like 5 years were like lying to ourselves, thinking, oh, he'll be good, he'll work out, whoa, making all kinds of excuses for the successor to Jerry Rice is basically a glorified tight end. So that was JJ Stokes. Not only was he not particularly talented, he wasn't very, remember Bill Romanowski spit in his face? Like, he would never have spit in the face of Richard Sherman. Like, Bill Romanowski was on a list of chemicals with extremely long names. So I'm not saying, he would win in a fight with Richard Sherman. I'm just saying, if he had spit in Richard Sherman's face, it would have been a race war. If he had done that to Terrell Owens or Ray Lewis or somebody else, it would have been like the Purge. We would be living in the Purge timeline right now, okay? If Bill Romanowski had done, but he did that to JJ Stokes, everybody kind of just shrugged, like, okay, whatever. Would you guys eat that? Yeah, especially with the smoke, I'm eating it for sure. I cannot wait till I make a little bit of money so I can have an attractive girlfriend so that I could spend money on stupid stuff like this and feel okay about it. Because right now, best I can do is a 5. I'm not eating like a salad in a bubble with smoke in it for, $75 with like a 5. So that's what I've grown to want. I don't want to end a chase. I don't want eggplant emojis. I don't want smiley faces. I don't know. You know what I do? I'm so old, right? When I see the smiley face, I have to pull it up really close. I'm like, what? I can't tell what the smiley's doing. I can't tell what expression the smiley guy is making. So, what were we talking about?
Where Colin was wrong.
I was wrong about Shaun Hill. Okay, I still believe Shaun Hill is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. That's not the issue. I do. Given his toughness and his moxie, he could lead comebacks. Shaun Hill was super underrated, okay? But here's where I was wrong. I was wrong in believing that they would ever give him a chance. After watching how they have mistreated Brock Purdy, as handsome as Brock Purdy looks, as lovable as he looks, with the stats, with the numbers to back it up, they still, look at the way they still treat Brock Purdy. Imagine, there's nothing Shaun Hill could do to legitimize himself as an undrafted guy who looks the way he looks. They were never going to give Shaun Hill a fair shake to be a starting quarterback in this league. He deserved it. He was robbed of it because of his appearance, because of the way he looked. He was discriminated against because of the way he looked. He did not have quarterback face. He did not have quarterback face. And as a result, he was never given a fair shake.
Where Colin was wrong.
I was wrong about Mike Singletary. I allowed fan sentiment and the memes and everything to cloud my judgment. I did not feel at the time, and now in retrospect, after looking back at it more, I do not feel that Mike Singletary was as bad as everybody says. Remember, he transformed Vernon Davis into a Boy Scout. He literally drove the freaking demons from Vernon Davis. I don't think people remember Vernon Davis when he first came. He was out of control. And freaking Mike Singletary drove the demons from him, okay? Because afterwards he's a Boy Scout. He paints now. He does paintings now. Okay, so amazing job by Mike Singletary. And also, look at this. His last season there was too much noise in the building, but his full season where he went 8-8 with this lineup. Deshaun Goldson is good. Takeo Spikes is good. Patrick Willis is good. But I'm just saying overall, we were 12-5 with our lineup. Okay, with Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo, Getall, Trent Williams, with all these players we've got, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, we're 12-5, okay? So I don't think Shanahan would have been far off with that roster. I think maybe Shanahan would have been 9-7 with that roster. But I don't think Mike Singletary was as bad as everyone said. So I was wrong to allow you guys to influence my perspective on Mike Singletary. He was okay. He did the best he could with some terrible GMs and terrible lineups. And his terrible picks for coordinators, by the way. That's probably his worst fault, is his pick of coordinators. All right, so tell me any times you were wrong. Before we go, let's see if there's anything on 49ers Twitter. Larry says, I can't wait. It's so great to have baseball season back. It's sunny in February. Isn't it great? No, it's not great, Larry. It's not great. I'm sick and tired of you guys, the weathermen, but all of you, pretending like you love summer, and then come summer, everyone's on a knife's edge. Come summer, everyone looks like they're on the verge of becoming, a cereal, whatever. Like one more slight inconvenience and they're gonna go crazy. That's how everyone acts in the summer. But, in the winter, everyone's like, I wish it was summer. I wish it was 110 degrees, don't you? You lie to yourself if you think you like summer.